Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Keeping Up Appearances podcast. You're joining us this week after a fairly eventful weekend of football, which we will be covering, unfortunately, in depth. I am Sean, your host. This week we are joined by, returning and frequent guest recently, Phil Devine, and I'd say a long-awaited return.
Wow.
For the man, I'm not saying it's just a flat here, Cam, but of the four of us who used to do it on the original podcast, I think you'd have probably been up there with our favourite guest. So,
wow,
long-awaited return for Mr. Cameron Green.
I feel very flattered. I feel great now. Wasn't expecting this.
It's going to get worse in a minute.
I was just expecting you to demand that I show you my shrine to Abdoulaye Doucouré.
Oh no!
I couldn't have got it all on the screen.
Yeah,
it's huge. Takes up 3 rooms now.
You're in the corner of the room there. Everything else is just Doucouré.
Yeah, the rest of this room is fully Doucouré.
You know what I always think, Cam? The last time you came on, it's my biggest regret so far is not having you on camera, because if I remember right, you were eating your tea.
I was starving that night.
So you didn't put your camera on, and then during the episode, you gave us a rendition of Waving Flag.
Oh wow!
It's not on camera, and I'm so sad about it.
I'll have been covered in sauce and all sorts. It'd have been a disgrace.
Right. So before we get stuck into any kind of any football, we'll open with a little question to get us going. So this one is a football question, and it's linked on the theme of rivalries, which our whole episode is going to be on, obviously following the derby at the weekend. So, I'm going to word this correctly. Has there ever been a player that has played for your rivals that you have quite liked? I know it's rare, but is any player for your rival team ever actually left a good impression on you?
Do you want me to go first? Because I've been thinking about this a lot. I wouldn't say it's a good impression, but I'm glad this guy's knocking about. I think post-football career, Michael Owen has cemented himself as an underground national treasure. The stuff he does, like when he goes outside to his garden and he'll find a dead ferret and he takes a selfie with it and sticks it on his Instagram. And not only that, he puts the effort in to crouch down next to it and point at it, and he looks buzzing with himself that he's found it. And that advert he did where he's in the helicopter and what is it, Tiger Woods, or it might be Roger Federer, someone smacks a ball off the helicopter and he's like, whoa, that was a close one. And you must have seen it. It goes at supersonic speed. I hear an E. That's it. Hang on. Let's go. And then he zips through Dubai.
You know what? That was it. It was a good impression, but mainly of Wallace and Gromit, I thought. It was very Wallace and Gromit.
He does have that to him, though.
Yeah,
the guy's an enigma. The guy, you never know what he's going to do next.
No.
Plus,
he's definitely got to watch a film, though.
Oh, yeah, was it? He's The Apple. I forgot about The Apple.
The Apple,
Oh, that's... yeah.
Yeah, I was so brave. I just kept throwing the apple.
And my dad would give me a look on.
That's it. His mum's fuming, his dad gives him a look. And that's why I became a Premier League striker. You're not right, mate. Well, yeah. Real character. I like him.
Yeah, I've got two older ones, really. I'm going to think about it today. Neville Southall, just because he's become the nicest man on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes time. What he did do, more when X was Twitter, and he takes time when he doesn't understand something to learn all about them, and he'd let people take over his Twitter account and try and educate people. That was dead nice. And then also Peter Reid, because he actually grew up by my dad's, me granddad and all that know him. But have you ever seen him talk about Laurie Cunningham in that tribute?
Shrimp.
Is it shrimp?
Is it prawns? Is it prawns?
Prawns.
That's so good.
So if you haven't seen it, you've got to go and find it. Laurie Cunningham, after he it was a tribute program to him, and loads of people are being dead serious, best footballer to play, but really skillful, all this, and then cuts to Peter Reid, and he had with the edit, and he's like, the one thing I remember about Laurie was he had these big garlic prawns, and I'd never had a prawn before, and I didn't know how to open or anything, and he gave me one of them prawns, and it was amazing, and just like, wow, like, you've obviously told the story to be nice about him, but everyone else has been like really serious, and you're talking about prawns. So yeah, probably
a hero, absolute hero.
Yeah.
You see, do you like his fedora as well? He turns up to the game and he looks like a 1920s gangster every time.
And I love the guy as well. So fair play to him. And obviously he was a red, and he's really bought into being a blue, and I quite like that he can transition and go, right, bang, I'm 100% a blue and I hate all reds now. Yeah, fair play.
I didn't realise he was a red.
Yeah,
when he was younger.
There's a story, and again, I don't know who it is. I've heard it on something that apparently he got bundled into like the lower centenary when he was playing, and as he's like getting up, some fella's like fronting him, and he looks at him, and it's like his cousin or his uncle or something, like giving him abuse, and he just like has to give him a bit back and then get back on the pitch. I've never verified that, so it could be a lie.
Yeah.
But
while we're on Peter Reid, he kept Plymouth Argyle going, didn't he, as a club? Paid everyone's wages for ages as well. Just a genuinely nice bloke out of his own pocket. Yeah, they were struggling, and just paid all the staff.
Has he got a link to Plymouth?
He was
manager. I think he was manager at the time. Yeah.
Was he just? He's just a nice fella.
Oh yeah.
Manager at the time.
Could have walked away.
Okay, I just thought it was just fair
well, he wasn't just doing it for like Liverpool.
No, that's what I thought. I was thinking. He really is a nice fella if he's doing that. You're better than the country.
Never ever met them before, but he's just paying the wages.
He heard they do cracking prawns down there. He heard they do prawns on a match day. They're pushing match day cuisine. Yeah, huge ones.
I feel like I've misjudged this question because I haven't got an anecdote with mine. Mine's actually legit. Mine's legit. I feel bad. But mine's someone I've mentioned on the podcast before. One Liverpool player who I like, and I can't help but like him. And normally I would try and not choose someone who was there during the success, but he was. The player is Bobby Firmino. I actually really like Bobby Firmino. I think he's just a great footballer.
Was it his teeth?
You what?
Was it his teeth?
Yeah, and his hair. I'm jealous of his hair. No, I just thought he was a great footballer. I think, like, as far as like playing football, how he plays football, he's a bit of a throwback, wasn't he? Like playing in Champions League finals with little tricks and flicks, which you don't see in footy anymore. I feel like he's probably the last of them I've seen. So I like Firmino.
I don't think we'll see another player like him for a while who he's brought into the team to do a very specific job and score goals, and then he can do everything but that very one specific thing everyone in his position can do. But he is so good at all the other stuff, that nobody minds. And
I think because the hard thing, as I say, he was there during the success. He won Champions Leagues, and was he there for the league title in COVID? He must have been, mustn't
he? Yeah.
But I think if you think of Mo Salah, you think of Liverpool. Like Salah and Mane are so entrenched in Liverpool, I don't feel like Firmino. I don't know if that maybe amongst Liverpool fans he is, but for me, I don't feel like he is compared to them two.
Do you think of Hoffenheim or something?
Yeah, we got him from Hoffenheim. Rodgers. The rumor is that they signed him for Klopp, and
Rodgers was in post.
Yeah, and like Rodgers was like, but then like I don't know whether that's true, but then Rodgers was like, "What's this? This is not what I wanted. I wanted someone who's going to come and score." I think he played him right wing back at one stage, and then Klopp come in. Yeah.
So when did he come in, and when did Klopp come in?
He came in at the end of at the start of the 15-16 season, and Klopp took over in the October. Now,
okay.
Do you reckon Klopp brought him in preemptively so he could test out all those dentists on Rodney Street, see whether it was safe for him?
He did an interview, didn't he? And apparently, when he got asked about his teeth, the dentist was like, "Here's 10 on a scale, and here's 1. How bright do you want them?" And
11.
he pointed at the brightest one and just went, brighter.
What's he doing these days? Does he play for anyone?
I don't know, somebody's retired.
Be on Copacabana Beach, won't he?
He went to Saudi Arabia.
I don't know. I haven't heard of him for years.
No.
The last video I saw of him was when he meets them lookalikes. Have you seen when he meets a footy?
Yeah.
Like the strip in Vegas or something. That was the last time I saw
him. It is, isn't it? It's in like a car park.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's trying to work out which one's which as well. And he has to look on the back of the shirts. That's
never good, is it? That's like when an impressionist says who they are. Like when Cam Green says, I'm Michael Owen.
I just want to say that.
You'll see me in like 20 minutes. I'm just going to start lobbing apples. Out.
Somebody just...
Oh, thanks, Dad. It's just struck me talking about Firmino. He's the anti-Beto, or Beto's like the anti-Firmino.
Yeah.
It's like, if you get on Football Manager and they've all got the stats, if you had the exact inverse of those, I reckon you'd probably have Beto.
Yeah.
No.
Which one do you prefer, though? That's what I want to know, Cam. Come on, go with your head instead of your heart. Go on.
It depends. If I was going to like a beach party, I'd probably go with Firmino. I reckon he'd probably be a laugh. But if I was going for dinner at somebody's house, Beto's obviously going to do like amazing chicken wings. He's going to use all that training he got at KFC and just cook us a belting tea. He had a video where he had his hair cut at his house and he's just got all his mates there who he just pays to hang around and have a laugh. And the guy who cuts his hair, he's just like, I've got more money than sense. Here, just take it. The guy strikes me as a genuinely sound guy.
He does. He looks great, I think.
Yeah, he just winds me up. He probably. Oh yeah, this is the thing. You're saying like players from Liverpool who I was trying to think of the ones that wind me up the least.
Yeah.
And it occurs to me there's not an Everton player alive who's not wound me up. Well, no Liverpool player has wound me up as much as Everton players do, pretty much week on week.
Yeah.
So he's one of them.
Yeah.
If we're getting on to Derby chat, can you call it a shot? That clearance
I think,
went in.
Go on. That feels like a natural segue. We'll go in from there. So,
good God.
So obviously yesterday, as of recording, or Sunday, Everton and Liverpool played at the first game at Hill Dickinson. Disgracefully, obviously, Liverpool went out 2-1 victors. And yeah, I've never, ever been so sad leaving the football ground. It was like...
Oh, you were there.
It was like, honestly, when they say like it's like a library, honestly, the walk to the train station, I felt like I was in like a funeral procession. It was mad. But yeah, from obviously we've got a Liverpool fan, a couple of Everton fans. What are your thoughts on the game?
Go on, Phil. Put us out our misery.
Obviously it was absolutely great. You come up with ways of winning the derby in funny ways, and we just keep finding another one. Like another situation happens. I was quite confident going into it, and the only reason being, and I text you on this before the weekend, is I like when Everton have got a bit of confidence about them. I like when they think they might do us, because it's almost like pride comes before the fall, and they're like, "Oh, we could do them here. It's our first game. We've got a big banner up and all that," and they're getting all excited. Like first 25, you were all right. I think we stemmed it quite well. The Njai goals happens. Now I was not at the game. I don't go to aways, but I've been told today that Rossi on the tannoy made a really big deal about Ilman and Njai scoring the first ever goal in the derby at the Hill Dicky. And then obviously like 90 seconds later, Mo Salah just tucks one away, and it was just like first goal, Mo Salah. So that was good. And then it was my fault, the Everton goal, because I watched it with my granddad, and I turned to my granddad, I think on about 52 and a half minutes, and I said, I think Everton are playing dead here to like lull us into a false sense of security. And then suddenly this ball went over the top and he crossed and scored. And my granddad went, well, you've done quite well playing dead, haven't you, pal? Then it was just one of them games, the keeper goes off, and I was like, oh, God, because all I've seen Freddie Woodman do is if volleys at the cop end, because Robertson is like his mate, takes him out at half time, and then just whips crosses in, and Freddie Woodman is really good at volleys. So I was like, oh, well, I hope he's half as good in goal as he is at volleys. But he's never challenged him. Like, he's never given him anything to deal with. So he had that one shot. I don't know whether it was Dewsbury all, like, right at him.
Was it Dwight McNeil could have shot anywhere at him, and then he did like a half shot come cross and like kind of whips it over. Is that the one you mean?
No, there was one that was like right at him and he had to put his hands up like that, and it was a decent save. But apart from that, and there was one across the goal, I think that's one you're on about, that he flicked. Yeah. But apart from that, there was nothing. And I just think that's where Everton have got to go foot on throat.
Yeah, right, it's criminal.
I just don't think you had anyone on the bench. Like, you've obviously, Beto goes off, and I know you probably don't like Beto. He was
I like him. He is.
Yeah. That's what he does.
He always is against Liverpool as well.
Canate doesn't like getting challenged. He doesn't like battles. Or he gets too physical with it. Whereas, like, that lad, come on, Barry, my God, it was laughable. The first ball went up to him, and he didn't even like attempt it.
Challenge, yeah.
It was shocking, and I was thinking they'll be getting on his back there, but he's only just come on. But then there was nothing. You brought that young lad on, George, and I've heard nice things about him, but he looked disinterested. I think someone put a bit of a tackle on him, and he went, not sure about this, you know. Yeah. And then I just thought it was just going to eke out into a draw. Now, I don't know what it was like in the ground. When the 11 minutes went up, I texted my cousin and I said, I'm not going to enjoy these 11 minutes because we looked like we had nothing left. But then when we get that corner, that's where you go, we might though, mightn't we? And as I say, I've seen the story a few times. And then he gets up, heads it in, and yeah, I was on the floor and my granddad's hitting the ground, like whacking it. And my granddad's like, all right. But yeah, great. Unbelievable. And you take that now, we're 1-0 up at the Hill Dickey. How long until Everton are ahead of us in terms of wins? Might never happen. We might always be the best team at the Hill Dickey.
That's depressing.
Yeah. you know what I will say though? And I think the most positive thing to come out of this is I've had mates, and Max, who normally is on the podcast, he said in the past that United is Liverpool's biggest game. He stands by this, that he goes, United are our biggest rivals, and I said it was absolutely nonsense. But what does my head in is the arrogance of Liverpool fans when they make out, they go like, oh, this is your cup finalist, we don't care about the derby. You do, because you cared yesterday, and like even today, like it's just ear to ear grins from every Liverpool fan I've seen. So all the positive I'm taking from it is that we now know that it does mean as much to them, and you can pack this arrogant act in of making us feel stupid because we care about beating them.
So it's the tifo. I heard him go like, "Oh, it's so cringe to mark this first game at your brand new stadium with a tifo. Oh, it must be a cup final because you've got this tifo out." Like, it's just making an effort. This is a historic game at the end of the day. Like, what do you want us to do?
We've also had them a couple of times already. Yeah.
Like,
maybe that's Everton's issue, is they need to stop turning it into a cup final because they've got no experience in them. Whereas we have got experience with cup. I can't even hold it. I'll never deny Everton are our biggest rivals, no matter what. Like, we've got that thing with United, that's all to do with league titles and being successful. We've got, like, we had the head-to-head with City. Like, I think City always wanted us to become a rivalry when it's like, you know, you're just Man United's little brother. And then Arsenal fans in recent years have had a little pop at like, oh, we want to be. But for me, like 2 biggest games of the season at Derby. I hate the Goodison one. Well, sorry,
yeah.
I don't hate the Hill Dicky one at the minute. But I hate that one because it's horrible, and you do get up for it, but so you should. And you're a team when the crowd gets up. It's not a nice place to be. Like when the crowd's with you, when you go against them, you're bad as well. But for the opposing team, it's not great. I never really mind the Anfield one. I've never seen us lose it. Like obviously, apart from COVID.
That was a great one in COVID. That was on my birthday.
Oh, that's nice.
Really enjoyed that one. And my nan rung me up and was like, they've done that because it's your birthday. It's like, that's a nice thought. James Rodriguez, who definitely speaks English, has found out it's my birthday.
Yeah. Who scored the second that day?
Charlison got one. Was it Sigurdsson?
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, we don't talk about the second.
No, yeah. Someone scored the second goal.
Yeah, but Charlison definitely got the first.
Do you know what? Cam Sigurdsson did it for you as well.
Everything
Sigurdsson did was for you.
Oh
no. But yeah, no, Everton, it's a massive game, and it is, and maybe it's different for people who haven't lived in the city or but I've got relatives with Evertonians, and I have to see them semi-regularly. Majority of my really good mates are Evertonians, weirdly, so I have to put up with them. And there's not, as I say, when it's the build-up to the derby and Everton fans like, oh no, we'll probably get battered. There's nothing worse. There's only really been about 4 or 5 times in my lifetime where Everton have gone into it with a real buzz. And one was the semi-final at Wembley, and we know how that ended. One was 2013, 14, and Martinez had a good bit going, and we did just then. And then Sunday wasn't that good. You weren't that confident, but there was a little bit of talk of, we're pushing for Europe. We're not that far behind you. And then
that made it worse for me. What it could have meant for the rest of the season. Because it's not like have you seen that clip of John Coleman? He's just left Aldershot, and he's doing the rounds today. And he's like, "I've been hoodwinked. They fooled me into thinking they were good enough, and we're just not good enough." I feel like John Coleman feels.
Talking about having to face up to Liverpool fans, then Cam.
Man,
you said you were in London at the weekend. Watching
full of them, man, full of them. So we call this place the Fish Pub because you go in, it's only by the station. It stinks of fish, and that's by the by.
Solid name.
So, I go outside at half time, and there's a fella there with a Liverpool training top on and the home kit shorts on, and he's got a Liverpool tattoo. And I just say what you make of the game or whatever. He's like, who was it? He's like, that Beto's going to get one. I fucking hate that Beto. What a wanker. I was like, right, okay. I know what's going on here. So I had to swiftly end that conversation and go back in. As soon as Mamadashvili goes off, I hear someone, or Woodman starts warming up. I hear someone clapping the telly, and I'm like, I better know who this is. And I turn round, and the guy stood up, going, "Go on, come on, Woodman, come on." And any time the guy touched the ball, does anything, he's a fucking great keeper. I've been saying for years, he's a fucking great. He's not even been there for years. Fucking great keeper. He's better than that Mama Marshmallow fella. Fucking hell, come on. And he roared. He starts going, "Oh!" As soon as the fucking corner comes in, at that point, I didn't even see the goal. My head's in my hands. I'm cursing till I'm blue in the face about Everton because the writing was on the wall. And I didn't even look at my mates. I just walked out and started smoking outside. I was like, I can't put up with this. And a lot of cheers for a random pub in London, in Euston. I thought, whatever.
Did you both think bad things when the board went off?
Not when the board went off. I thought bad things when I started seeing, like you were saying before, Barry and George. I've got a conspiracy theory about Barry. I think he's checked out. Because well, I think he has 2 weeks, 3 weeks and we're all getting on side with him. And you can't say we didn't give him time because he had that terrible run where he couldn't hit a barn door with a banjo, or he couldn't even get a shot off for weeks. But we stood by him. Then it's just been one thing after another that's gone wrong with the geezer. He's like, he brings his mates in Arsenal kits to a game, and I know there was a kick-off bad down. He explains it away. And then, it's like you say, he's not even jumping for headers. He's not putting himself about. He just looks disinterested. The biggest contribution he had to the game was getting taken out by Woodman. But I mean, everyone was getting taken out by everyone. It was like fucking Alamo. It's just... I mean, Chris Kavanagh, I'll say one thing about Chris Kavanagh. I bet he had a great night when he got home, sat in his Robbie Fowler pyjamas, watching highlights of the 2005 Champions League final, just pretending he's there. That's all I'm saying about him.
There wasn't even that many bad decisions. I thought it was all right.
That was grievous bodily harm with intent by Van Dijk on Gay.
It's a yellow.
Yeah, this was it. If there's a yellow, you forget about it.
It's like the book Pickford for it.
It's so crazy. But then, to be fair, none of our lot actually front up to him afterwards and go, is this not gone a bit far now? And even just a bit of that, I thought when that starts happening and they kind of just look like they want to roll over and get the bellies tickled, that's when I started to feel like, oh, it's the derby. We've read this story before.
Yeah. Your goal came from nothing, though, didn't it? Like, I wasn't wrong in thinking.
That happens every week, mate. We never look like scoring.
You came out and it was like, as I say, I thought you had just gone, right, we'll let them play 15 minutes. Hopefully they just don't score and we'll stay in it. And then we'll try and get ourselves a chance. It was only, who set them up? Who set it up? Was it Dewsbury Hall?
Dewsbury Hall, yeah.
Like, that was good. It was a good ball in.
To be fair, though, like a couple of minutes before, there'd been an exact copy of that down that. I don't know if it was McNeil or someone kind of, I don't know, Njai maybe fizzed one a bit too fast.
Yeah.
But there was no one in the middle. So it was pretty much the same move, and then Dewsbury Hall gets in. Beto just happens to be in the right place. What you say about the board, when we saw 11 in the ground, it genuinely was a feeling of, we can do this. Like,
that's what kills you.
The feeling of like, it just felt like we got ourselves back in the game. Because I'll be honest, I missed the first Liverpool goal because I was
celebrating the Njai one.
I was too angry. I was fuming, yeah. So I need to get something to eat anyway. And I'm always trying to think of the right time. I don't want to miss anything. And then when ours got ruled out, I was like, I'm not staying here. Went downstairs. I hadn't even got to the bottom of the stairs yet. And I heard all the Liverpool fans celebrating. And honestly, do you know, if you could like capture a feeling, you know, like in Monsters Inc., when you have like, when they store all the screams, if I could have stored anger, it would have been on that concourse with Neil Dickinson. It was honestly, there was so many angry Everton fans. And then when I was paying at the till, there was this young lad, and he had his top over his mouth, and he was just laughing his head off. He's obviously a Liverpool fan. Yeah. And honestly, I was thinking, you are so lucky. There's not that. You're lucky. The only person at this till is me. I'm not going to do anything. Someone else might.
You're shouting, officer.
But yeah, I thought like I like Beto. I think I don't think he's a very good footballer, but I like him. I think he's a great fella. If you watch any like training ground videos of Everton, the rest of the players seem to love Beto. He's like, they're always like bantering him and stuff, and he just looks boss. Obviously, he very much picks and chooses when he plays well. However, Tieno Barry, you said we gave him a chance. I've never gave him a chance, Cam. I hate the man. I absolutely hate him.
Is it like his attitude? Because I think they're like polar opposites.
I think he believes
he's way better than he is.
So much better than he is.
Yeah.
And then like, obviously, he went for that run where he, as you say, he could barely control the ball, and then he had to do something good, like a tiny bit. It's like when you have like kids with like special needs or something, and they do something good, and everyone goes over the top, or like a little toddler who does something. You go, oh, way well done. He'd put a little pass across to someone, and the old ground to get up and clap him, and I'm like, why are we doing this? Why are we pandering? Why are we pandering to this fella? And then I remember like a couple of times he scored, like was it Newcastle? Was it when when he rolled it in.
Yeah.
And every time
bundles
he scores
into it and falls over into it, and it goes in off his arse.
Yeah, no matter what goal he scores, he stands there and does his stupid celebrations.
Yeah.
And then there was that game a while ago when he was moaning because like he didn't get a clap or something, and every time the board goes up to take him off, he's like shrugging, and you think, you are crap. You're lucky you didn't come off earlier. And honestly, I just think, as you say, it's got to a point now where like even the people who were happy to give him a chance, it's gone. Like I can't see him
in the ground.
Sorry,
like in the ground, like the atmosphere whenever he does one of his little, whenever he has his moments, it's switched.
Yeah, because he doesn't do anything. I think the criticism I've had for a while is Beto. He's straight into them. He wants to give the crowd something to cheer for. Like we had obviously the last big game was the Chelsea game when we won.
Great game.
After a couple of minutes, he was straight on Sanchez. Yeah, Sanchez had to kick it out for a corner, and it got everyone going. Tierno Barry almost. I noticed this the weekend at the Liverpool game. Do you know when he's pressing? So, like, say Woodman had the ball, Woodman must have been gutted when he had to come on. I bet he was gutted when he had to actually play footy. The cushiest job in the world.
Because I don't know if it was the last home game or the home game before, we were watching him do these volleys with Robertson. And me and my cousin were like, God, third choice goalie is just the best job in football, isn't it?
Couple of volleys a week.
He's got no pressure on him. He does a bit of training. He gets his money. Obviously, we've signed him because he's English and he ticks the homegrown quota, like the Scott Carson rule. And then he comes on half-time, as I say, lashed a couple of volleys. I think Andy Robertson says he's a really good entertainer when they're doing the runs at the end of the game, like he gets involved. And that's his job. I'm like, I could do that. I'll be a laugh. Just get me in. I've done a bit in goal. And then, obviously he's like, oh, he's gone down there. He's probably all right. And then the physios have gone, no, we've got to bring Mohamed Ashley off here. And he's like, where's my gloves? Never bring my gloves. Can I borrow your gloves? And then
thing is, though, if you come on, Phil, in the derby, you wouldn't have conceded.
Yeah, no,
we still wouldn't have had a shot. We still haven't had a shot because Tierno Barry's forgot his boots and he's playing in wellies and he can't hold anything up and he's getting bullied around.
Do you know what I was going to say? I noticed, obviously, say Woodman's got the ball and anyone knows we just got to get into this fella. Whether he's a goalkeeper or not, nobody knows if he's a goalkeeper. Even he doesn't know if he's a goalkeeper. Yeah. We just need to get into him. I noticed Tierno Barry when he's pressing, he's like he's sneaking up on you. Like, he's like on his tiptoes, like sneaking up, and you think that's the opposite of what you should be doing here. They need to know you're here. You're not like trying to spook them. Get into them.
Maybe he's just trying to scare him. Like, if I scare him, like, there's something wrong.
I'm picturing like Scooby-Doo.
He came up for a catch, didn't he? And he dropped one. And that might be the moment. But even then, there was no like rush towards him. He had time to like stroll over to the ball, pick it up, get going again. Yeah. But no, I just think Everton just fell off. Once Beto went off. Yeah. And then, as I say, I don't think that George fancied it. And I don't know Everton's squad very well. Like, I wouldn't admit to knowing that. I've got no idea. Have you got anyone else? Have you got another striker? Is that it?
Well, I mean, it's almost like we bought a winger for 40 million quid. Yeah. And this is another one of my conspiracy theories, and the whole Barry Beto thing comes into it. Finding players of decent talent and decent potential is one thing. But I mean, if they all had Beto's application and, his grind set, to use the LinkedIn term, they'd all be players that are too good for us. And then Dewsbury Hall has been great because he's a grafter. The rest of them, they just don't look like they fancy it. So Diblin, when he's come on, he's never looked really like he's going to apply himself to a game. He doesn't. I know he's only young, but he doesn't really strike me as Everton. He doesn't strike me as someone who wants to go in and challenge people. Again, the same kind of feeling with George, who strikes me as a typical Chelsea lad. He'll do a trick or two, and he'll get past someone. But if he's blocked off just from doing that trick, he's not going to try and harry him. He's not going to get the ball back. Barry, I think, sadly, is the same. And if we have another summer where we get 7 players in and only one of them or 2 of them are actually decent, we're just going to be going around in circles forever.
I think, though, if you look at like midfield, you've got that little triangle maybe of Njai, Dewsbury Hall, James Garner.
Mm.
When them 3 are playing football, it's great.
Yeah.
Like obviously, I think I know I'll probably get laughed at here by Phil, who's had much better players, but I think Njai is such a good footballer. Like,
yeah,
his feet are just unbelievable. The close control he's got, can get out of any situation. Him, Dewsbury Hall, Garner have just got a great relationship. And then I think as soon as it moves out of that little area, goes to Dwight McNeil, gone. Any substitutes to come in and take their place, the drop-off is just massive. And I felt like there were quite a few. We were talking at half time. I felt like there were quite a few, who, including Florian Wirtz, I'll say, who almost looked like boys playing in a man's game. Tyreek George looked like someone's son, who'd have just gone, hey, we need to play here from on. As you say, Phil, he didn't want it. He absolutely didn't want to get into it with anyone.
I think there was one challenge. I don't know whether it was Jones. And after that, because when he come on the commentary, he said something like, and he's still seeking his first Everton goal. And, you know, it's always in the back of your head, isn't it? Oh, no. Don't need that. And then, but as I say, yeah, he got a bit of shrugged off. I think you're right. But that's not a game. The derby's never a game for like slight, you know, little neat and tidy plays.
Yeah, you're right.
It's about pace, powering through, and you know, a bit of skill and getting past someone. I don't think like Wirtz is never going to get a minute in the midfield there, so it's never going to be the game where even like Gakpo looked all right yesterday because he's a big fella. He can bundle through a couple of challenges, and I think that sometimes. But as you say, with Everton's recruitment, I don't know how they get it wrong. The players that Everton fans like are players that work hard, they put a shift in, and they like give their all. I don't think like that George doesn't strike me as an Everton player. And you have like the odd little, you know, the Dewsbury Hall, who does get stuck in, but is a neat and tidy. You're in GI. I was a bit let down with him yesterday, though.
He didn't do anything in particular, but I just, like, obviously, we're looking at Everton fans and like the quality of player he is for Everton. People talk about Jack Grealish and go like, best player you've ever had. Njai's better than Jack Grealish. Njai is incredible. I just love him.
He is a proper pit fighter as well. He might come back like a pit fighter.
Yeah.
Have you seen the scouting report? Like when we were looking at him from Sheffield United, the scouter we had at the time before he went to Marseille, like really highly recommended him at the time. And was like, not only is this guy's technical ceiling really high, and he's doing the same kind of things he was doing in the derby, where a really high ball had come across. He knows he's going to be coming under bags of pressure, and his first touches, it looks effortless, and he just stops it dead. And then his second touch, he could be taking it literally anywhere, any direction he wants, and you can't get it off him. And on the rare occasion he might make a mistake or he's given something to do, he's not going to give up, and he'll chase back. His interceptions are ridiculous just to go and prove that. So I think he gives the team a lot more than... Ideally, you do want Grealish and Njai, but if I had to pick someone out on the left, I'd pick an Njai over Grealish. This said, Grealish might be back, Phil, before the end of the season, so they might just shunt Njai back out on the right, where he's less effective, to give Grealish a couple more games. And then we'll buy him for 50 million quid, just throw it away. Yeah. We will. It's a proper Everton thing to do.
Yeah, we definitely will.
Yeah.
Throw the money after a really good loan spell, and then a disappointing permanent transfer.
If there's ever been a club that's going to throw good money after bad, with no forward planning.
Famously, a man who loses interest in things quite quickly. But
Yeah,
let's put all our money on him.
He's like, I'm all in on this. I love Everton. Johnny Dog, Johnny
Dog. Someone flashes a WKD and he's like, nah, I want that. I really want that. Yeah. Overall, then, disappointing for the Blues, and I think it's mostly shown in the fact if you look at the league table now, me and all the fellas around me were going, hey, if we win this, we go sixth. We go sixth.
Yeah,
and just plummet to 10th.
It's the hope that kills you, lads.
It is. It really is. But
that's the most Everton thing about it.
Yeah, it 100% is.
We'll go top if we win on the weekend, and then.
But also the fact that Mo Salah and Van Dijk scored as well. Yeah. That just sums it up. I'd have taken anyone else except Curtis Jones.
I saw a clip from before. What's the Everton podcast called?
Toffee TV.
Loads of them.
Yeah. So but the main one with Ped. Is it Ped?
Ped and Baz, yeah.
So they're talking on a preview. I've just seen a 10-second clip about 10 minutes ago. I've just retweeted it. And it was them both talking about Salah and Van Dijk, and they're talking about them. And like, thing is, they should have just shook hands last summer and gone separate ways, shouldn't they?
We should have.
Like 2 days before. Yeah, they should have, lads, but instead they scored.
Fate gets in the way. Just before we leave what you were saying before, I work with Rossi, and top bloke. He's the only way you were saying about doing the stadium announcing. And we went to this big works too. And I'd never really spoke to him before. So I went over and was like, oh, hi, Rossi, I'm Cam. I can't believe you get to watch Everton in the new stadium every week. That's class. And he was like, who's your favourite player?
That was worse than the Michael Owen impression, by the way.
I can't. He's got a very distinctive voice. But anyway, I say, God, it must be great watching Grealish every week. And at this point, we're shaking hands, and he doesn't let go of my hands and looks me in the eye and goes, number 18, Jack Grealish. Like dead in the eyes. And I'm going, uh-huh. Then he looks at me as if, he wants me to go, yeah, that was really good.
Did you not say, is right, Rossi La? No?
No. I was just like, okay, I'll see you at the back.
Did he look you in the eyes as well? Like, that's intense, that.
No, never looked away. I don't think he blinked. Lovely fella. Really nice fella. Yeah.
He clearly knows how to switch off as well, doesn't he? Fair play to him.
Oh, yeah.
Right, we'll leave the derby talk there then, and very quickly. No, come on, we need to solve on something else. The result, I was actually obviously more pleased with the fact that Man City beat Arsenal, which meant the whole country was talking about that instead of us, which is great. I personally, I know usually I don't really have an opinion on the title race other than not Liverpool. That's normally my only opinion on it. But now I am very much not Arsenal.
Yeah. Can't stand the fans, mate.
Yeah, I'm just, I don't know how any neutral can want them to win. The fans are infuriating. I don't know how we can want to watch this football represented as Premier League champions. And I was delighted that they got beat. So
you forgot to mention the big thing of Mikel Arteta.
I know, but I do find it hard. I know some Everton fans don't like Arteta. Where do you want Arteta?
The only thing that's really winding me up about Arteta is there's been a couple of players over the years that we could have got if we'd literally just found the Arteta money, and that could have transformed us. He's a bit performative for me. I don't know if it's just the only real indication I've ever had of him is from Arsenal All or Nothing. Like when you see behind the scenes what he's like, it is painfully linked in. The whole thing's painfully linked in, and I don't know how, as a footballer, that could possibly motivate you to win a title. Pep's different. He's insane. You're probably frightened of disappointing Pep. But what's Arteta going to do?
Have you seen him last 2 weeks? So
he's losing his
2
rag.
weeks ago, it was the big screen with the TikTok, whatever.
Oh,
on.
yeah. Compilation, yeah.
And then last week, when he was doing all the fire, it's fire. Apparently, he was lighting fires, like literal fires. They're not big ones. He's not an arsonist, but he had like little fires going around. Like, no, he's just bananas. He's like awful. He tries to play mind games, and in fact, I think it's gone the other way now with him.
Yeah, I almost feel like though all this, like as you say, kind of the LinkedIn-ness of it, which obviously I think Liam Rosenior must be buzzing because no one's talking about him anymore. Because he's taking the mantle of like king of the divs. But I think it's just a bit desperate. That's all it is. It's like because he hasn't been doing this the whole time, has he? It's only really amped up last couple of weeks. I think it's just like he's like trying to clutch at anything to get them over the line. He just doesn't know what to do.
You might argue he's trying to take the pressure off the players and like take the spotlight, but it's not like a good spotlight. Whereas Ferguson would get involved in an argument on the touchline, or he'd have a referee.
Mourinho's the best at it, yeah.
Yeah, like, and he'd create that, like, what you call it, that siege mentality. It's more like the rest of the country's looking at him like, what are you doing? You are, as you king of the divs, is amazing turn of phrase. He's an absolute idiot. And the words come out of his mouth, and you're just like, oh. And everyone, like, there's no reason why anyone should want City to win the league. Like, Man City.
I know, but we do.
But we do. They've got all their issues, and we're like, oh, be a good job if City win this league. Like, it's bananas. I wanted Arsenal to go through in the Champions League just so that they've got the Atletico thing to worry about now as well. Because Simeone will have him off. Like, think you've got mind games now. Oh, and then they'll just struggle. I think they'll collapse now. And like,
I think they will, big time.
Now a few, like Rooney on Match of Day, thinks they'll still win it. I think a couple of them said they go. I think it could be done before the final day because I think they could collapse. Because if you've built your whole season on like this is what we're doing, we're like this is the aim, and then suddenly it starts to falter, I think they'll all start to look around. But they've done it on with a solid base. We get goals from set pieces, we get the odd goal, and the whole thing was basically get to the City game and still be ahead of them. Now they are obviously with a game in hand. But I just think they'll just fall away, and then City just clicking into gear. Like I went to the cup game, and obviously we're not at our best, but City were unbelievable. I'd say, like that O'Reilly just pops up everywhere. He's playing left back, he's right wing, he's behind the front man.
The size of him as well. He must be a nightmare when he's running at you. See how he megs Madueke on the side of the pitch, and it's like he's bigger than Haaland. He's got feet like that. He's got to start for England in the World Cup.
So they're just
ridiculous.
They're just getting into click mode, and I just think, and they've got no Champions League. Who've they got? Southampton in the semi-final. They could probably even rest players in that. I just think City go win 5 games, and I think Arsenal drop the odd point here and there, and I just think they're done.
It's like there must be something in the water in North London. So you've got 2 teams there who, on paper, should... I mean, you can't really accuse Arsenal of flapping it all season. But if someone put a gun to my head and went, can you guarantee me that Tottenham or Arsenal... I don't know what I'm trying to say here, actually. I could foresee it that Arsenal and Tottenham don't win another game before the end of the season. The pair of them, because who's the leaders? You got Declan Rice at Arsenal, who's doing that. He's doing the same thing the fans are doing, that Arteta's doing. The big overperformative. It's not over.
Yeah,
I hated that.
It's like the camera was on him there, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think everything everything Declan Rice does. Yeah, everything he does is performative, isn't it?
I like the guy.
I think it's one of them. I like Declan Rice as you think he's probably dead sound and he looks a laugh, and as soon as you pull him in front of a camera, he just goes into PR overdrive.
Yeah,
but
that feels like it's Arteta driven.
Of course, it's not natural at all. Like, even if you're an Arsenal fan, but then again, they are deluded. If I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm looking at that and I'm going, he doesn't buy that. Like, even he doesn't think it's going to happen. How are we meant to do it when Declan Rice, do you know what I mean? None of it's natural with this Arsenal team.
It's what I really want to see is all the fans that love the club so much recording themselves crying and having meltdowns in the stands. I've never once seen. I swear to God, I've never once seen an Evertonian after losing a game stood in the stands and either Goodison or the Hill Dickinson crying into the phone.
I don't know. I saw a clip of Van Dijk's goal yesterday with excellent Everton commentary on the top of it. Like,
they're bound be some of that. That picked up inside the ground.
Oh no, like he's filming it. He's
probably some fella screaming about Shabibi.
But no, they are mad. It's the whole Arsenal fan TV thing as well. Like,
it's cringe, man.
They are, as you say, crazy fan base. Not a lot of players that you think, oh, like, even when you put them in there, as you say, they become lunatics. And then chief lunatic, king of the dibs. Honestly, I'm stealing that. Arteta, my God.
I don't know if you can win a league without some actual certifiable nutcases in your team, and the closest they've got to it is Gabriel. And then, say if yesterday I'm an Arsenal player and I'm looking for someone to, lead the counter charge and maybe put a reducer in on someone. And you think, I'll follow that guy into war. And Haaland makes such a mug out of him. I'd be like, right now, this is done for us. And that at the end of the game, when he gets his hair out and he goes over to the fans and he's pulling kissy faces at them, the guy's fucking box office. I love Haaland.
Did you see him just giving a little look to the camera, a little side eye?
He knows what he's doing. That's the right side of being performative. Because he's like, I'll be a prick. But I mean, what's anyone else going to do about it? I love the guy.
As you mentioned there before about the North London thing, quickly move over then to Spurs and the relegation battle, which I felt like it took another big twist of the weekend. I nailed me flag to the mast last week or so when I said, again, desperate for Spurs to go down. I just love it.
Would be great comedy.
It would, wouldn't it? I feel like my thing is, and again, the what are they called? The tinfoil hats will be out when I say this. But I feel like for years, they've been trying to relegate a big club. They wanted Everton.
They can never be us. They're not us.
No.
Did you not just say big club?
Huge.
They wanted one of the biggest clubs down. And it didn't work. And I love the idea of one of those big six going down when none of us are allowed to be a big six club. Newcastle aren't allowed to be a big six club.
Yeah.
I just love the idea of one of them going down. And it can happen in the Premier League. Let's just even for the season. I want Lincoln to go to the Tottenham ground and just have the best day ever. Just for one season, come back.
Yeah.
You want?
Take 15 fans with them.
Be great.
I do think it's funny that all the Tottenham fans, they hated how the new ground had like a go-kart track, and they've got the viewing platform, and they've got all these pubs that people can go in when it's not a match day. And when they go down, and they're going to be in all sorts of FFP trouble because they've been spending big six money, and they're in the Championship, and all the amortised transfers will come back to bite them when they're there. That's the only way they can get money then. From selling tickets to go-karting. And they will be getting like a Walsall striker with the go-kart money. And that's the only way they can get back up.
Yeah.
I've done the stadium tour there, though. It was good. And I've touched that big golden cock curl as well. So every time it comes on the screen, I'm like, touch that.
Like, just as a little prediction then, who do you think goes down out of those 3 or 4 teams? Do you think Spurs go down?
Yeah, got to be one of them.
I think they're done. When he scored at the weekend, when Simmons scored the goal, obviously it's a great goal. Should have been off, by the way. Like, he should have he got been booked for the shirt, and then he should have been booked for the jumping in the crowd. But another story.
Oh yeah.
It was almost like they got dead overexcited, but it was only like 70 odd minutes, and it's like you've been rubbish all year. Like you might concede another one, and then obviously they did, and it was like in hilarious circumstances. But like they brought this in, who's all about like powerful running around loads, and then you've got Simmons going down with cramp, and you've got no subs left. You're like, well, you've not really thought this through here, have you? So no, I think they're done. I just think if West Ham get a result tonight, 0-0 now at half time, just checked.
That would
West
happen.
Ham get a result there, then suddenly there's 4 points, and it's tough. It's hard pickings then. So yeah, it'll be the two. Obviously, Wolves already down, aren't they? Burnley.
Yeah. Wolves, Burnley, and Spurs, isn't it? Pretty much nailed on.
It's funny though, isn't it?
With Spurs. You see him against Sunderland the other day. I'm pinching this. I think it was off the Tifo podcast, and one of their fellas noticed the ball goes out, and you got this in extra time, and the Sunderland players are literally taking the piss, going over and taking as long as they can to get the ball back into play. But the Tottenham players aren't kicking off, aren't trying to speed it up at all, and they're fucking losing. They're just trudging around like, oh, they can't be bothered. If that had happened at Goodison when we were in the trenches, man, they wouldn't have been able to get into the car.
Yeah.
There'd have been a riot. But not us. It's a shame for them.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, we like chasing players down the road in the cars, don't we? That's very evident.
Everyone needs a hobby.
You'll be chasing Anthony Gordon next year when he signs to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Have him.
You wouldn't want him, would you?
I want pace. I'm just dying for some pace. Got no pace in the team.
Play him in the Conference League.
We don't need that, mate. 8.7 points clear now. Be sound.
No, okay. I wouldn't know. I've not looked at the table in weeks.
I've not looked
in weeks.
90 plus 10.
Right, go on then. We'll leave the football chat there and we'll move on to our game/debate of the week. So we've got a debate this week for you lads. We're still going to look at traitors or rivals in a way, and I'm going to look at some traitorous transfers. I'm going to give you a list of them one at a time, and we're going to rank them. Winner stays on. So the biggest traitor in each pair moves on to the next round and so on. And we'll come up in the end with the ultimate treacherous move. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. So obviously 3 of us, which means it's majority rules. Whoever gets the most votes makes it through. I would normally pull rank, but if there was 4 of us, I'd pull rank and say mine counts double, but it's fine. So we're going to start off with, it might be a bit before, in fact, I don't know. How old are you, Cam?
Just turned 30 in February.
Did you?
30 years old now.
So Phil, you're 31, aren't you? Might be a bit...
July.
Oh, well, you're 30 as well, sorry. Right, the first one then is the last, I think, or the last big one I remember, Merseyside move, which was Nick Barmby.
It's not the
Nick
last.
Barmby.
The last was Albert.
That's why I wasn't sure. It was similar seasons, wasn't it? Like maybe the next year.
Last, yeah.
Okay, so Nick Barmby, that was the worst one. Everton to Liverpool. And he's going up against Michael Owen. Not necessarily a move, but going to Manchester United. Who do you think is the biggest traitor out of those two?
Barmby.
Probably Barmby, yeah, because he had the degree of separation between Owen leaving Liverpool and then going United. He was on about that the other week, wasn't he? And I can't remember exactly what it was.
Who was?
Owen. He went on.
He's always talking about it, isn't he?
He's trying to get back to Liverpool fans. He's like, oh, honestly, I really want to come back, but he wouldn't pay the 10 million. All right, mate. Yeah, okay. You could have come back before Newcastle, but okay, whatever. Yeah. No, but
could have come back when your legs worked.
Yeah.
There's a favour,
I'll be honest. I think I'd have argued Michael Owen.
Yeah.
Owen, obviously, don't get me wrong. I remember being a big Nick Barmby fan. He was one of our better players at the time. I mean, we were absolutely awful at that time, but he was one of our better players. And obviously, the move to Liverpool is bad. It's really bad, in fact. But I don't know. I feel like he's not a Scouser. He's got no links to Everton, really. Michael Owen had a choice, a big choice there. His career was over. He didn't have to do that. If he really cared about what Liverpool thought of him, he wouldn't have made that move.
Michael Owen, though, was never really Liverpool's Michael Owen. So
I know, he was England's, wasn't he?
He was England's, and that could be part of it. We had Fowler was like it is just before my time, really. But Fowler was always preferred. Michael Owen might have been a better player, but Fowler was Liverpool's Robbie Fowler because he made moves and there was no issues. And obviously, he did end up coming back. But yeah, Owen was England's Michael Owen, and then he made the choice with that move. But no, Everton fans hate Barnby, don't they? Is that not a big thing?
Yeah, no, yeah, we absolutely do. And I mean, when you think about it, like it is a bit mad. Like it's actually about 25 years later, we still hate him.
Yeah.
I obviously I was a kid at the time. Like I'd been going to Everton a couple of seasons, so like I wasn't as entrenched in it as like my dad probably was, and all the other fellas. I don't know. My thing was just I don't know. Barnby wasn't a Liverpool lad. He came. I think he's a Cockney.
Michael Owen from Chester.
I know, but he came through Liverpool Academy. He came through the academy. There's just a loyalty there that I feel like Michael Owen had a choice. His career was on the slide. He took a page. He took the money. That's all he did. He went for the money, and he went so he could feel like a big player again. That's the only reason he went. So he could go, I play for Man United, mate. Whereas Barnby went for the sake of his career, and in the end, it worked because the season he signed, he won the treble. Well, the treble, if we're going to call it that.
One of only 4 or 5 English teams to have won a treble, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, not the treble, though, is it? Yeah.
Treble.
Go on then. Let's take a vote. I'm going Owen.
Barnby.
I'll go Barnby, mate.
Okay, Barnby moves on, and he is up against Robin van Persie. Arsenal to Man United.
Oh, yeah, it's big that one. Like that. Well, it won. Did he win the title in his first year?
Yeah,
he won them the title pretty much.
He did.
And that goal against Villa. Yeah, it was Arteta goal.
In terms of the impact the transfer had, I remember it being so massive. He was so instrumental for United. That must have stung Arsenal fans so badly because they just got Ozil. Was there a crossover? And Ozil got all those assists and then just stopped. Was that the next year Ozil was going to set the record for assists?
I don't remember them playing together, really.
Was it the year after they got Ozil and he's getting all those assists and then Giroud just stopped scoring? And he doesn't get an assist. He looks like he's going to set the record and he's one off at Christmas and then he doesn't get another assist for the rest of the year. Van Persie just keeps blamming him in.
I didn't know that. I didn't realise he had that record, or nearly had the record.
Oh yeah, like what? I'm trying to think. What's the betrayal? What's the hook? What's the emotional hook to that? What makes it bad?
Big rivals in the early 2000s, weren't they? And even the late 90s.
Yeah,
in leagues.
That's famously as well. What Van Persie said when he signed, he bigged up very much in the Robbie Keane way. He bigged up a love of United from when he was a kid. He said something along the lines of like, I listened to the little boy inside me and he told me to sign for Man United. Even though famously, if you look at, there's pictures of Van Persie as a kid and he's got Arsenal posters everywhere. So I think he just made it up, but so does Robbie Keane, doesn't he? I think that's what hurt Arsenal. And the fact that he was incredible the season before at Arsenal.
So good.
And then when
he looked after him as well so much, didn't he? Because he had limbs made of paper mache. And if the wind changed while he was running, he'd be out for 6 months, but they still paid his wages. I don't know. I think maybe Van Persie for that now.
Van Persie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would also go Van Persie. So that's a clean sweep there for Van Persie.
That bastard.
Yeah, see you later, Barnby. Next up then, I think I might know who's going to win this one, is Raheem Sterling, Liverpool to Man City.
Oh.
Decent money for him.
No, and he's not as good as Jordan Ibe, so... We've got a better player than him anyway. Yeah, well, he did have good seasons at City, didn't he? I never felt betrayed by that one because, like you say, with he betrayed Chelsea to come to us. Like, he'd gone. Oh, sorry, QPR. Am I making that up? It's QPR,
Yeah,
isn't it?
QPR.
He'd gone from QPR to us from their academy, and it was just one of them. And tell you what, Brendan Rodgers hates them. It all goes back to with Sterling. It all goes back to being Liverpool, and when they're on the training ground in America, and he picks Sterling up for staying steady. Goes, you say steady to me one more time, you'll be on the first plane home. And that's it then. I always said, like, whenever them contracts talk were going on, I remember Sterling's there going, nah, he showed me up on that programme for no reason other than to look a bit hard.
Yeah.
I said steady. Oh, yeah. You say steady to me, be on the first plane home. That was it. But yeah, I don't know. I think Van Persie has more of an effect. Because we were on our way down then. Like, that was what? So we had 13, 14. So that would have been the year before Klopp come in.
Mm-hmm.
Whether Klopp would have had anything in there, like. But yeah,
I think, yeah. Klopp probably would have got shut of him. You can't really imagine Klopp's Liverpool without Mane and that. So would he have lasted?
The Van Persie things feels bigger. I don't know.
Yeah, like everyone's a winner
anyway. Whereas Man United needed a striker, and he went and got and that's always a killer when a team needs someone and they can just waltz in and go and get them. That doesn't it would have been like had we walked the league this year and say Isaac had been up front all year and everyone gone, that doesn't really seem fair. You just went and got the best player and put him in. So no, I'm still going Van Persie.
Yeah, I think I'll go Van Persie, man.
I think you're surprised there, Sean, aren't you? Are you surprised there?
No. I thought Van Persie would win.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember Sterling being very controversial, but I thought you might. Do you know what I mean? Like from within Liverpool fans, I thought you might.
As I say, we were sound with it because Jordan Ibe's better. And look at it in the long run, what's paid off. Where's Raheem Sterling now? And where's Jordan Ibe?
Genuinely, where is Jordan Ibe?
I think he's playing non-league. Yeah, I think he had some issues. So
we had Southport to him, only. You can cheer him on again.
I can cheer him on again, yeah. Number one fan.
Right, so Van Persie progresses and he's coming up against Ashley Cole.
Oh, Ashley, that was bad.
Yes, Cole.
He went behind the back. He went
Then he did the book.
What?
He did the book. In my defence, it's all the reasons why he left. Why he left Arsenal. I am ripping off another podcast here. The Upshot did a great one. They did the 2-part special on the book, and he's writing in it how he's driving his car, and he's signed for 60 grand a week, a verbal agreement for 60 grand a week to stay at Arsenal, and then his agent rings him up and goes, "They're only offering you 55 grand," and he's like, "I nearly slammed the car. I nearly crashed. Now they're saying it's 55. I knew I had to leave." Everyone will be on my side here. Everyone will love this. They'll get it. you dick.
He did the rounds, didn't he? Did the overlap, and he was talking through it all. And he's like, "Oh, I just happened to be at the hotel, and there was
Mourinho came in
there, and it's a bit of a setup. Like, no, it was set up by you on your phone, Chelsea, to meet up, and you got caught out. I had to go out the back door." Did you? Yeah. Oh, that doesn't make anything look suspicious, does it? Yeah, Cole, 100%.
Yeah. Do you know what annoys me about the overlap as well? I noticed there was one a couple of weeks ago. This is random, but I think it annoys me when stuff like that happens and they don't challenge it. You know, because it's just a mate. You just go, "Oh, is that right, Ashley? Yeah, is that right, Ashley?" But then if someone else was on, and I'm a big fan of Kevin Kilban, so this is probably why it hurt me a lot. They were slagging Kevin Kilban off the other week, because he'd criticised Liam Senior, but it was like, it's all right to slag him off, but you must slag your mate off just because you play with him a couple of times. Does me head in. Do you know, that's another one. This is off topic, but while I'm on it, where do you two stand on Roy Keane at the minute? Because he's doing my head in.
he's my favourite human.
Is he? I can't bear it with him, you know.
Absolutely love him. It's just great. Everything he said is spot on.
I couldn't disagree more.
Insanely quotable guy. It's a good job your vote's not worth 2 here, Sean, because I'm a fan of Keane.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Do you know what?
Doesn't mince his words.
But my problem is he doesn't let anyone speak. Because I think he's always looking for the quote, as you say, very quotable. I think he's always looking for the quote that's going to go viral. He doesn't let anyone speak. He just jumps over you, and then
I just think that's like his culture. I think that's how he's grown up. He's constantly like in a scrap, and he's always on high alert. Like he doesn't care whether he's your mate, whether it's his wife, whether it's whatever. He'll just slag it off. Like if he's right, he's right.
But like, imagine, think of what he's like now. Imagine when he's playing. Like, imagine being in that United changing room with him. He must have been unbearable.
That's why he left.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. And that's what that new film's about, isn't it, with Mick McCarthy?
Saipan, yeah.
You seen the film?
Nah.
I'm going to watch it. Not seen it yet.
I went the pictures by myself to watch it. Unbelievable.
Really good.
Actually good, yeah.
Yeah, like I was like on my seat. Yeah, like on the edge of my seat. Like I was on my seat.
It was
yeah.
just
Is that good? No, it was unbelievable. Like, yeah, no, really good.
McCarthy's kicking off about it in real life because how could I forget such an esteemed actor's name? Guy, he's playing Mick McCarthy.
Coogan.
Steve Coogan, yeah. He's like shorter than Mick McCarthy is in real life. He's kicking off at everyone thinking he's actually shorter than Roy Keane. And he's doing
his main bugbear, yeah.
Wait, he turned up to the premiere just so he could performatively get up and leave after 5 minutes. Yeah, and just about it. And he's doing all his after dinner speeches, and they're like, "What do you make of Keane?" And he goes, "Oh, great Irishman, great leader, legend, and a great goal scorer." And everyone goes, "Goal scorer?" He's like, "Yeah, Robbie Keane, not Roy. He's a twat."
Now, that was your best impression of the whole thing. That was a good Mick McCarthy.
His impressions can't get any worse, can they?
Yeah.
No, you're 1 for 3 so far.
I thought Steve Coogan was on the call with us.
How was that impression of Coogan, not McCarthy? Yeah, it's not good anymore, Cam.
That's the trick.
Yeah. Right, go on. So Ashley Cole's through. This is his final opponent. I've left one out because I feel like it might be a bit too obvious. This one is Ashley Cole versus Carlos Tevez.
Tevez. So we went to City, didn't he? Did he win the league?
Yeah.
Yeah. Manchester is blue.
Welcome
that's
to
iconic.
Manchester.
Welcome to Manchester. That's it. That's the one.
Unbelievable. Yeah. The snood. Remember the snood?
Yeah, and he got banned. He banned his snood.
Yeah.
I don't think that's to do the transfer, though, was it?
Ashley Cole's worse. Ashley Cole.
It is. Yeah, he's still worse.
He was on the call. Ashley Cole was through the Arsenal ranks, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Tevez is just a mercenary South American. Like, what more can you expect from an Argentine? Says the south of England. Yeah, no. Like, Tevez obviously went to West Ham, went to United, and then, yeah, he just ships around. But Cole, boyhood club, and then, I don't know whether he supports Arsenal, but you'd go up through the ranks and then...
He did, yeah. Did support Arsenal, lifelong fan.
£5 a week.
Yeah. He says he still supports him, Cole. It was like... Tevez did City over afterwards. Like, United, when he started going on his golfing holidays for months, and they're still paying him ridiculous for that. Well, we're going back about 15 years, aren't we? And they were giving him 250 grand a week, which is like stupid money for him to get the transfer through. And then he doesn't even play because he's off in Argentina. And Aguero's better than him anyway. United fans were probably looking at that at the time and going, yeah, got away with one here. Whereas Cole just kept performing and kept winning shit.
And cheating on Cheryl Cole.
Yeah. Crazy.
That's the biggest scandal.
Yeah.
That's the biggest scandal.
What are you doing?
You go and ask 15-year-old Phil Devine who's the biggest player with Cheryl.
I'd also say on the Tevez thing, Tevez never felt like the man at United. Well, he was never the man at United, was he? He was playing with like Rooney and Ronaldo and somebody world-class players.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, he was, of course, he was. But I mean, like,
yeah.
it's not quite the same, is it?
Yeah.
So, are we all voting Cole?
Yeah, it's gonna have to be.
Wins. Scumbag.
Right, that is the end of our debate, and it's true. Ashley Cole, you are the world's biggest traitor. Other than Sol Campbell, who we didn't include because he'd have won it.
Yeah, probably.
Or would he? Do you think he'd have won it?
He'd have won.
Yeah, for free.
He'd win the biggest weirdo. His appearance on the overlap was the weirdest hour and a half I've ever had.
Where the whole
panel were just sat there like, I think this fella might kick off if we go against him. Even Roy Keane was like, I'm going to leave it. Roy Keane never talked over Sol Campbell.
Oh, yeah, I might watch it then, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I honestly, I couldn't watch Sol Campbell. I just knew it was going to be mental. And I haven't got it in me to concentrate that much.
Well, no, like, go and listen to it because it's just mad. He just started talking and then he just got like, sorry, what was that? And he go, no, I finished my sentence.
I bet you Neville was just like probably all over him, wasn't he? Like the big sucker.
Best English centre half. Oh.
Yeah, he said that to Tony Adams last week.
Yeah.
Did he get him to do any of his Huel adverts, or was he just too frightened to ask him? You're the only one that got away with it.
And then Sol Campbell said he didn't get asked because he was black. That was the main reason. He didn't let me do the adverts for that reason.
Yeah, it wasn't because it was crap at adverts.
Yeah. Yeah. Every advert I've ever done, I got sacked from. That's why I'm not getting any jobs. Right. Yeah, let's leave it there then. So, yeah, unlucky Ashley. What are you playing at, mate? On 2 counts. That's you need to be stewing on that, mate.
Call me Cheryl.
We'll close. What?
Call me Cheryl.
We'll close up then with our closing question for the episode. This one, not related to rivals in any way, just something I thought we might, get a little something out of. I thought about films and biopics. Obviously, the Michael Jackson biopic is out Wednesday, which I'm very excited about.
Did you get cast in the end, Sean, or
you what?
Did you get cast in it in the end, or
yeah,
playing Tito?
Yeah, I think all I need is a wig. That's it. I'm musical ability. Obviously, I've got no musical ability.
Yeah, okay.
No, honestly, I'm very excited about that. Can't wait to watch it. Michael Jackson's my hero.
When does it cut off? Cut off at a certain point.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? It
cuts off at a certain point, doesn't it? It's got to.
Yeah, you'd think
just
so.
Just their tongue, or like.
No, it'll be "You're Off My World" 2001, and then we'll stop. Just leave it there. Leave it on a high.
Yeah.
To be continued. Never, ever again.
So yeah, that got me thinking. If we had biopics made of us, and I'll be the first to say this, my biopic would be the most boring biopic of all time. But if we had biopics, which actor would you like to play you?
I just thought who would. So I've obviously got, I previously had a likeness. I think I look less like him now, but when I had longer hair and more of a beard, Alan from The Hangover, Zach Galifianakis. That was always the one I had.
You posted that video on Instagram yesterday, wasn't it, of you and Freddie singing?
I know you want.
You looked very like him then. That was like
longer hair, Phil, and more beard, Phil definitely looked like him. Especially like lockdown, Phil, when I didn't have a haircut or a beard for 6 months. I looked very much like I just woke up in Vegas with a baby strapped to my chest.
So is that what we're going with? Zach Galifianakis plays Phil Divine.
Me.
I don't know. For me, RuPaul's not an actor, so I couldn't really go for RuPaul. I have been told in the past that I've had a passing resemblance to Robin Williams, but he's departed. So it couldn't be Robin Williams. What the other day? Insomnia. He's good in that with Al Pacino. Maybe just go. That's not a bad one. Just like really if you want to de-age him, if I could pick someone to play me, like De Niro or Al Pacino, just to see if they could. And I bet they could, because there's not much they can't do. Just de-age him a bit.
Yeah, you're a complex man, aren't you, Cam? I'm not
That's
sure
it. You know, there's lots of facets to my personality.
Yeah.
They could play me when I'm on a murderous rampage. If ever someone shows me a picture of that referee who I shan't name,
Van Dijk.
Chris Kavanagh.
Fucking Kavanagh. Show me a picture of Kavanagh, I get like Joe Pesci in Goodfellas. Just lose me, rag. Yeah, I'll go De Niro. Reckon, what's that face he does all the time? That one?
Yeah, I tell you what, there it is.
That's the second best impression you've done today.
I mean, not great for an audio medium.
It's all right. That clip's going massive, Cam. I can show you.
Buzzing.
I'm just going to do one clip of just all of your impressions. It'll be like a Britain's Got Talent audition.
You watch when they get me to play De Niro now, just off the
Make
back
sure,
of my...
like all good impressionists, you list at the bottom who he's
Yeah.
Why does the guy playing De Niro in this new film sound like Mick McCarthy?
Why is he throwing apples in the bin all the time?
You're talking to me. You're talking to me.
When I was thinking about mine, obviously I'm a bit similar to you, Phil. When you had long hair, long beard, your avenues are narrowed. Mine would just be any bald man. Obviously, I was thinking in an ideal world, it'd be like Jason Statham or...
I just thought Statham then.
That would be ideal, but it dawned on me when I Googled bald actors. Unfortunately, I think I'd have to go Woody Harrelson.
Oh, yeah, that's not a bad one, yeah.
You're not meant to say
that's
that.
Some good roles.
You're meant to go, definitely not. You look more like Jason Statham.
You're hard like Jason Statham.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, really, mate, any actor can be bald.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Steve Coogan. I'll have Steve Coogan then. He's about my height.
6'5", like Mick McCarthy. Stick a cap on or get a haircut for the role.
That's true. I could, yeah, but
I think Sol Campbell's going into acting. Actually,
I think he already has. I'm sure he's been in a film. He's saying before.
He keeps applying to be Sean O'Hara, and that's why he doesn't get the role.
It's a very coveted position. That everyone's up for it. John Joe Shelby's there as well. Them two in the casting camp.
That's a strange biopic.
I didn't mean it like that.
Don't think I'll watch that one.
Right, go on then. We will leave that episode there. Hope you've enjoyed listening at home to Derby chat and talking about traitors. It's been a very positive episode, I'd say.
Yeah.
Look forward to our biopics. Have you got a name for yours at all, Phil? What would you call yours?
Post hangover.
Oh, okay, I like it. I'm not going to put you under pressure if you haven't got one, Cam.
It's not easy being green, I think. I'll just get Kermit to play me.
Can you do a Kermit impression?
No, he can't.
No. What's his accent?
Froggish.
It's not easy being green. How's that?
Bad.
Not bad.
That was very good.
That was second best.
Yeah, Cam, that's unbelievable. Look forward to those biopics. Thank you for listening. Please give us a like, share, all of those. Get onto our TikTok to look for our clips. Thank you to Phil, as always, and a big thank you to Cam Green for giving up his time to join us tonight.
My pleasure.
If you want more of Cam, he's at his peak when he's on. I'm not sure how often you're on, Cam, on the White Noise podcast.
Whenever he pays me enough, whenever he can afford my fees.
I think that's it. He doesn't like being overshadowed. Honestly, the best member of the White Noise podcast, Cam Green. Get on it.
Wow. I'll come back.
But thank you for listening. Thank you, lads, for joining me. And until next time, it's been a blast.